The three with a pen are connected by the same fate. Growing up in Vienna, all three artists already had a passion for drawing at a young age. As Jews after the so-called Anschluss, they had to leave their hometown and found success elsewhere. The three artists depended on their drawing pencils as armors for survival and used them to make political statements. Their skills in illustration provided them with the means to make a living.
My name is Renée Phillips, and I was born in Vienna on May 12, 1921. Anything that had to do with costumes and fantasy was interesting to me. I wanted to draw. I was always looking for a job where I could draw. So my mother, when I came home one day, she said she had seen an ad in the paper that Fiction House was looking for a comic artist. And she said I should go there and I should show them my drawings.
Lili Renée grew up as an only child in a middle-class family in Vienna. Thanks to the so-called Kindertransport, she was able to flee Vienna, and a difficult journey brought her to the United States via England. There, she reunited with her parents, and the family began to rebuild their lives. Although comics were still unknown to her when she arrived in New York, she succeeded in the following years as one of the few women in this profession.
They gave me the one story, I think this was sort of the worst one, werewolf hunters. I didn't want to draw werewolves. I thought I wouldn't be able to know how to draw werewolves. So I convinced the writer that it should be about magic rather than werewolves, and we would make up things. And I came up with these fantastic stories, like somebody would play the violin, and when he played, the woman would change into a cat. So suddenly this became a very popular strip. So I was advanced. I got other things. I got the top strip, which was Senorita Rio. Fighting the Germans, even if I was just doing it on paper, it was good.
Bil Spira was born shortly before World War I. During the interwar period, he worked as an illustrator and caricaturist, mainly for social democratic papers. In 1938, Spira fled to France, where he continued to draw under increasingly adverse circumstances, even becoming an exceptional counterfeiter. Through his work, he supported the American journalist Varian Fry, whose efforts in Marseille saved more than 2,000 refugees. Spira survived treason and concentration camps and was able to continue his career after the war in Paris.
Anfangs hat man mir gesagt, ja, also ich bin auf keiner Liste drauf, die haben, um Leute zu retten. Und man wird sich aber erkundigen und man wird schauen, was man für mich machen kann. Man wird mich verständigen. Dann wurde ich verständigt. Und als ich das zweite Mal hinkam, hat mich Varian Frey in sein Büro kommen lassen, wo 1 oder 2 Leute drinnen waren auch. Und hat mir gesagt, Sie sind also Zeichner. Sag ich, ja, was machen Sie für Zeichnungen? Ich habe für Zeitungen gearbeitet. Kann ich etwas für Sie auch zeichnen? Ja, aber es ist etwas ganz Spezielles. Es hat nichts mit Zeichnungen zu tun. Haben Sie schon einmal Pässe gefälscht? Also das habe ich nie getan. Jedenfalls, wenn ich es getan hätte, würde ich es auch nicht gestehen. Na, wir haben jemanden, der Ihnen das beibringen wird. Würden Sie das tun? Und ich habe ja gesagt. Dadurch, dass ich gezeichnet habe, habe ich meistens nicht gehört, was die Leute gesprochen haben. Das ist natürlich etwas, was dann fehlt.
Das war vor 10 Jahren, als Hermann Kästen sich auf die Spuren Josef Roths begab und dabei auch Bil Spira, einen emigrierten Österreicher, fand. Und wie eindrucksvoll, wie beeindruckend muss einer gewesen sein, dass er noch nach 30 Jahren so deutlich aus dem Gedächtnis eines Zeichners kommt.
Leute zeichnet, ohne dass sie im Modell stehen, ohne dass sie im Stehen. Also dass sie einfach aus dem Beobachten zeichnen, am liebsten oft in Situationen, wo sie es gar nicht bemerkt haben, dass er zeichnet. Es gibt ja schreibt ja auch eine Legende vom Zeichner. Schreibt er ja auch, dass er hinter Leuten hergegangen ist, um den Gang zu studieren, um das zu zeichnen. Also man würde das heute ja schon am Rand von Mobbing sehen, wenn jemand hinter einem herrennt und zeichnet, aber hoffentlich hat er das so diskret gemacht, dass er nie Schwierigkeiten bekam, oder hat er das dann die Leute, wenn sie sich empört haben, mit einer Zeichnung belohnt.
Paul Peter Porges, known as PPP, already attended the Vienna School of Arts and Crafts as a child. With the help of the Kindertransport, he fled to France, where he experienced a remarkable educational experiment called the Children's Republic of Laguette. Afterwards, he survived internment camps and escaped to Switzerland. Eventually, he made it to the United States, where, as a young man with natural wit and a pencil in his hand, he played in the big arenas for cartoonists, such as Mad Magazine and The New Yorker.
He would draw anytime, like completely improvisationally. Like he would sit down and start sketching, and it would be contagious. We would all want to do it, just watching him. It looked like so much fun. He would have his sharpened pencils, and he could just throw a picture together, make, have a picture of one of us, an animal, a dog, our pet. Within seconds, it looked funny, and we just wanted to be able to do it. So my sister and I would sketch all the time. We loved it. When he started working for MAD, that was when he kind of met his match, like with these guys, because they were so imaginative and so zany. They were kind of beyond the norm, and they were really close, and they actually had an annual trip, a famous trip, the usual gang of idiots, they were called. And they would go, like they went to Tahiti one year, and they went to Morocco, and they went all over Europe, and they would really get close on these trips because they were roommates. Like my father had to room with another cartoonist for 2 weeks, and they did everything together. So that really for him, I think, was like a different kind of relationship. It was beyond just work. Yeah. And it was really good for him and for, all the people that he met to have that support of each other. He just loved Vienna so much. And my mother did as well. They both did. And he was so thrilled to be in Vienna. The whole family would arrive in Vienna, and he would immediately take us, like with all the jet lag we had, to the Wursti stand. And we would have a most delicious Wursti with mustard smeared all over it. And the other thing he would do would be to take us to the Tirolerhof for a very strong coffee. And he was so amused by the scene at the Tirolerhof with the old waiters and the old feeling of Vienna. And then he would show us, he would, take us everywhere, and he just loved it.